Hey there. Polishing the pulpit is just a couple of weeks away, and we wanted to go over some guidelines related to your presentations. In this video, we'll discuss our style guidelines, and we'll have a brief tutorial on how to use this year's PowerPoint templates. If you have any questions related to this video, our style guidelines, or any other questions about the event, please send me an email, and I'll be happy to help. To begin, I'd like to cover a few general guidelines. We'll be sending you this PowerPoint file, so don't worry about copying all this information down. These are the three basic guidelines we suggest speakers keep in mind when creating their presentations for the event. First, the role of the presentation. People come to PTP to hear you speak, not to read your slides. Use PowerPoint to guide their thoughts and make sure they are following your main ideas. We recommend using slides only to cover main ideas, and then to provide in-depth material and detail, put that in the PTP app. Number two, your text size and your font selection. If you are afraid that your text is too small, then it's probably too small. If possible, we recommend using at least size 48-point fonts in your slides. We also recommend using the font Lato. It's the font used in this demo presentation and is featured heavily in this year's templates. This is a free font for commercial use, and we'll provide the links to download it to your computer. Number three, animations. Finally, please limit your animations to fade or appear. Flashy animations are distracting and normally come off as cheesy and over the top. Your presentation's goal is to keep your audience with your train of thought and not to derail theirs with animations. And now for font usage. We recommend using no more than 2 fonts per slide, and we recommend using sans serif fonts such as Arial, Helvetica, and Verdana. We also recommend using at least a size 32-point font, but 48 is better. If you're worried that your text is too small to read, then it will be too small to read. When you need to emphasize a point, we recommend using bold to make words or ideas stand out. Do not use italics, as they are hard to read and can be distracting. For bullet points, try to use no more than 5 bullets per slide with no more than 6 or 7 words per bullet. Try to keep your wording concise. When writing your slides, capitalize the first word of each bullet, but none of the others unless they're proper nouns. Finally, do not center justify your bullets. Always justify to the left because that's easier to read. Please do not put long blocks of text on the screen. This is distracting, and your audience will stop listening to you and they will try to read the slide. They try to copy it down, they try to take notes, and it can be frustrating. Instead, keep your slides short and put long information like this inside of the PTP app. For bullet points, remember that less text is better. And if there's ever a time you need to add more references, charts, pictures, or lengthy excerpts, send them to us. We'll add them to the PTP app, and attendees will be able to view them on site and later. Finally, on the use of graphics, do not stretch graphics. This template is built to dynamically adjust to your image. You can drag your images into this PowerPoint file and they will resize automatically. Please do not stretch or alter these frames. And finally, when you need to use an image, if you did not take the image or create it yourself, you have to have permission by the copyright owner to do so. Since this can be difficult, we recommend using the website on the screen. This website lists images covered by the Creative Commons license, and you're able to use those without any copyright restrictions. Hey, so now we can go over how to use this year's template slides. Now, as you can see, we've given you about 30 different slides to work with, and you can use these slides for your main title. You can use these slides for your subpoints, as brief introductions to yourself or to material. And we'll go through and we'll show you how to use a few of these slides, and how you use these will affect how you use all the other ones. So let's say you decided to use this slide to begin your presentation. And let's say you're speaking on John and you want to use a picture of a Bible to be your main background. So we'll visit pexels.com and I've typed in Bible, and these are our options that you can use for free without copyright. So let's say we'll select this image and we will download this image to our computer. We're going to right click and save that image to the desktop. We'll go back to our PowerPoint file and we will click the picture of the image and we will select the picture that we just downloaded. We will insert that into our presentation. Once we've added the image, we will right click and we will select send to back, and that will send that in the back, and it's nicely shaded there in the back that it's subtle but the audience can still see it. We can then add our class title, and we can add anything here you like, maybe a class description or maybe an in-depth explanation of what you're talking about. For this class, we'll say an in-depth view of John 3, verse 16. Great. We can add a welcome message. We can add a picture of ourselves, or we can maybe add a picture of something that's interesting, and you see the image will show up there automatically. You can select this text to insert your brief introduction. Remember, we want to use these slides to transmit main ideas and not to provide our audience with the reading material. And as you can see, you have various options of slides to use. This one can highlight 3 main points while still using an image here on the left side. Once again, we'll right click this image, we will send that to back. You see how it's nicely shaded in. You have all sorts of different options. We have timelines, we have slides for comparison and contrast. We have slides that can hold multiple sections of information. And any of these that you'd like to add, you would just click the icon, click whichever image you want, right click, and send to back. And then you're welcome to edit this text to however you'd like. So as you scroll through, you see we have slides for quotes. This works great to have the picture of the speaker on the left with his quotation on the right. We've also got, in case you wanted to cover 6 main ideas, or maybe you wanted to use a slide that looked at the same verse in 4 different translations, or maybe you wanted 4 different verses on the same slide. This will help you to explain your text easily for your audience. We also have slides for tables, for compound ideas, and we even offer masonry views, which lets you use multiple images on the same slide. So as you can see in each of these items, the image automatically resizes to fit perfectly and everything looks great. So we hope with this year's slides, they'll be easy for your audience to read and they're easy for you to work with. If you have any questions on how to use this, please send me an email and I'll be more than happy to help. Thanks.